Hi, this is Linda and Rachel from
Truth, Trust, and Transformation.
And I'm going to teach Rachel a rib cage opening breath exercise that she doesn't know yet. This will also, we can integrate all kinds of things after you learn these certain movements. So actually, why don't you stand over here? The three positions are T, Y, and I. Thumbs are active, like your arms are active for this. You don't want to be like, because you won't get the same results out of it. What we're looking for is an expansion here, a gentle lifting of your sternum and your shoulder blades relaxing back and down. So you're going to inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. You want to make your movement slow because your breath will follow your movement. Okay, the other three positions are what I call mummy, a little bit higher and all the way up. So I'm going to walk you through this. Are you ready? So show me your thumbs up, arms out to the side. Yeah. Okay, let your arms come all the way down. Now you're going to inhale to the T. So
am I breathing in through my nose or my mouth?
Oh, see, this is why we're doing this. You're going to inhale through your nose. And why don't you exhale out your nose too?
And then when I'm doing it, I'm doing the expansion breath that you taught me, so I'm breathing out.
You're just, I don't want you to think so much about breathing down here. I want you to just think of like your whole torso opening up, because in beginning breathing, yeah, we're thinking this, but then we want to eventually be able to fill and stretch out the entire torso.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so inhale.
My feet placement is good?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you hips distance apart. You know, that's a really good question. You also, we talked about hinges in another video, your little monkey thing. So show me your monkey. Monkey? Yeah. What did you call it? Gorilla?
Gorilla.
We're not gorillas. Okay, so you want to make sure you're not locked up anywhere in your hinges.
So kind of like a
soft, like a soft semi-squat. I mean, you're just softening your hinges.
You're just not like...
Yeah, so this is not rigid.
Okay.
Okay, so thumbs up. Inhale to the T. Exhale down. Inhale to the Y. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. So we're going to do this again. You want to feel like all of this opening up. You want to make sure that you're not jacking your shoulders up. So you want to keep, so keep your arms straight. Inhale to the T. Exhale down. Shoulder blades melt. Inhale to the Y. Yep, nice straight arms. Feel your rib cage open up a bit. Exhale down. Yeah. Also note, when you're coming up or starting to bring your arm forward a little bit, you're really wanting to feel like this perfect T going on so that this all stays in place. Because when you put this forward, this stops opening. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right, and that's something that I have to work on consistently, because I'm someone that, like when I go to do myofascial and stuff, they call it I'm reaching, and that I'm like naturally rolling forward.
Well, so a lot of people do that, especially because of computers and phones and the way that we live.
So this actually kind of feels like unnatural to me, because I'm so used to being rounded forward. So this is a good thing to help pull things back.
Yep, and shoulder blades melting down. One of my favorite mantras I have for myself is shoulder blades down, jaw soft.
Okay.
Okay, so this time go all the way up to the eye. So all the way up. Yeah. And and exhale down. And this is where you can use that inhale to stretch out whatever's tight.
Yes, and I can tell you, doing that when you put me back, I feel it through my chest opening up. I feel it through here, where before when I did it, it wasn't as, I felt more in here,
Yeah.
in my pecs versus in here.
Yep.
So I can feel the difference when you tell me, but it feels very unnatural.
Right.
So the goal is to get it so it feels natural.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and you can watch yourself in a mirror too.
Mm-hmm.
And subtleties are really important. Every little tiny bit of how you're doing something is going to change the effect.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that you want to do with all of these exercises is notice how you feel before, notice how you feel during, and then after.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're subtle. They're very subtle effects, and if you don't notice them, you're not going to be motivated to keep doing them. And these things over time can like change a lot of things. So let's try the mummy. So you're going to inhale up to the mummy.
Okay, so start down here.
Inhale slowly. Exhale. Go up a little higher. Shoulder blades down and back. Yep. Exhale. I'm going to watch you this time. Inhale when you're ready. All the way up. Yep. Keep this. Yeah, all the way. Yeah, you're going to feel it stretching here, and then exhale down slowly. Yeah. And trying to exhale slowly, that also does something instead of letting it all come out in a rush.
Yeah, it calms your central nervous system
Yes, it
when
does.
you're doing that, and puts your brain in alpha, beta.
One of the good ones.
Yes.
Good waves.
Yeah, because that's part of the yoga nidra. Like she
It
talks
is.
about getting in your the correct mind space, so we're not like.
Right.
And you can feel that. I can
Well,
feel
you
it
can
calming.
Yes, and you can change your mind space, and you can change your heart rate and your blood pressure by doing this.
With your breath.
With your breath. By just like slow everything down. And over time, you get really good at it. Like when I go to the doctor's office, I'm just like, well, let's see what we can do. You know, and I watch my heart rate lower on the monitor, and my blood pressure's normally good, but it's also, if I've been, you know, harried or whatever,
Right,
I just
rushing.
do the breathing exercises. Okay, let's try both of them one more time. So show me your thumbs up. Inhale to the T. Good correction. Exhale down. Inhale to the Y. Feel your rib cage open and your sternum lift up a little bit. Exhale down. Yeah, your feet placement is good too. You're very grounded. Okay, inhale all the way up. Good. Exhale down. These any exercises that have to do with breathing and movement are going to calm your mind, because you can see you've got that calm gaze happening. Okay, do the front one. Inhale to the mummy. Exhale down. Inhale a little higher. Exhale down. All the way up. Inhale. Exhale down. Did you feel how your breath linked up with the movement?
Yeah, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like vibrating. I feel very.
And how do your feet feel on the floor?
I feel very
super
grounded. Yeah.
Yeah. These movements and breathing, and this reminds me of some Tai Chi. I don't know a lot about Tai Chi, but I know that they link breath with movement, and that the movements are slow. This will also change your energetic body. I don't know the science behind it. I just know that I've been doing this a long time, and I see it. And it's also really powerful to do it with other people, because I do this on my own all the time, but when I do it with a student, there's some synergy that happens that's just like, oh, it feels
Energy
really
transfer. It's kind of like when you go into a yoga class, when you first go in there, and like if you've got the right set of people, you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be a good class.
That and syncing movements and breath with other people is like you sync other things with that.
Yeah, it's part of the
Yes.
brain waves, getting them into a relaxed space.
Yeah.
And just, it's like with yoga, when you're breathing, like at first you have to be like, okay, like I have to breathe and then take another breath and take another breath, because you feel like you're running out of breath before you get up here. But as you do it more, or you're running out of breath as you're blowing out, but that's a way to like, once you keep doing it, you get into the space where you automatically know, okay, I have to breathe a little bit slower to get all the way up.
Correct.
And I have to breathe out a little bit slower to make it all the way down, because you want the breath to last, correct? All the way up and all the way down.
Yes. And that's where you get the most peace out of it, because everything is syncing.
Exactly.
As in SYNCH. Wow, I just spelled sweet. Not sink like do your dishes.
Yeah, so I think it helps though, because like when this isn't second nature to you, you're walking yourself through it. And so how you talked about like the breathing, the 1, 2, 3, 4, like when you get into like the meditation with like pulling up and opening up your
chakras.
Yeah, and your what's the top one?
The crown.
Yeah, your crown chakra, like you're pushing that cerebral spinal fluid up. And even though in this exercise you don't want us to hold and squeeze up, there's a benefit to holding and squeezing up when you're in that state, because you're getting those crystals to form in your pineal gland to like fire, because most of the time we forgot about that space in our brain.
Yeah.
So like all this works together, and it's just teaching me like how important it is to breathe. And even when I'm working out and lifting weights, I'm breathing. Like and that gives you an extra like kick of energy too, because what do we want to do? We want to strain and hold. When you're lifting weights, you want to strain and hold your breath.
Yeah, and the breath is so powerful, because if actually pelvic floor therapists really brought it into me that when you're exerting, you do it on an exhale.
Exactly.
And that is powerful. And you can use, like breath retention as an openness to like give strength in order to do something. And it takes time to integrate all this stuff, but it makes life pretty fascinating, because you can always make something better.
And it becomes second nature.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Because now when I'm chopping vegetables, my breathing pattern changes, because I need more oomph.
Yeah, I do that at work too. Like I'll just take a second and I'll just do a couple deep breaths and just like, and it just really like shifts my brain waves and where I am. And I just feel like I've been doing it long enough where I can just feel like that vibration and everything just change, and it just like calms me. Whereas before, like I'm naturally, like when I first started doing yoga, I'm like, what do you mean you want me to breathe and move? Like, but now like the flow state is easier, but I still do have to think about it. So
yeah, and in meditations, well, I took a week-long course. They called that changing breaths. Like if you take a big inhale, blow it out, do that twice, do that in between activities. And I also find that the rolling down and the rolling up is another way to reset myself, and this too, especially if I'm feeling tight.
Yeah, I do that at work too sometimes. Like I'll get down on my hands and knees, or like I'll do a stretch, or I'll do something just in between, just to like reground me, so I'm not just like moving mindlessly, because I want to be mindful.
Well, and also getting your feet back on the ground is really helpful. Do you have any other questions?
I don't. Thank you.
The only other thing I would say is I tend to do the TYI one twice and this once after that. Later I will have resisted exhales that you can learn and integrate into the same breath movement practice. So,
all right, thanks for tuning in. Any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'm learning this along with you guys, so hopefully we're going to do one where I'm just going to be able to do it on my own and show the progression. And then we're also going to show one of our students that knows how to do it and show you what that looks like once you know what you're doing, because I don't.
Okay.
All right, have a good day. Thanks for joining. You don't want to work.